The story begins with stillness, not silence, because even in stillness, the world breathes, but a kind of soft waiting, as though the night has been holding its breath just for you. You are invited to settle in, wherever you are, however you lie. The bed beneath you is no longer just a bed. It is earth, a gentle ground. It welcomes your weight. It carries you without question. Your shoulders begin to rest a little deeper. Your jaw loosens. Your eyelids feel heavier than they did a moment ago. Every part of you is being quietly gathered into a softer place. In the distance, a forest waits. It isn't rushing you. It knows that your steps will come when they're ready. The forest is patient. It has always been patient. And when the moment is right, you rise. Or maybe you simply imagine rising, and before you, a path opens. Not a path of stone or pavement, but one padded with soft needles, layers of leaves, and earth that has been resting for centuries. The air is different here, cooler, gentler. It brushes against your cheek like a friendly whisper. The night sky filters through a weave of branches. A faint blue dusk still lingers, caught like silk in the canopy. You place your first footstep on this path, and in that single step, the forest recognizes you, not as a stranger, not as a visitor, but as someone returning to a home that was always waiting. Every step is slower than the last, every blink longer, slower, longer. Your breathing begins to mirror the rhythm of the forest. Inhale, slow and soft. Exhale, even softer. And in that rhythm, the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. Beneath your feet, there is more than soil, more than roots. There is a quiet world, a world that never hurries, a world that stretches in every direction, patiently weaving life together. You imagine the ground beneath you glowing faintly, threads of light, delicate as spun glass, lacing tree to tree. A secret network, soft and endless. The trees are not alone. They have never been alone. One root reaches out to another. A breath of sugar passes quietly from old trunk to young sapling. A hidden kindness given without ceremony. A shaded seedling receives a small sip of strength. The ancient giants bend their wisdom downward, sharing what they do not keep. The forest is more than wood and leaf. It is a conversation, a song with no beginning and no end. And tonight, you are gently folded into it. Your thoughts, those busy scatterings of the day, begin to soften, each one finding a place to rest, like dew melting into moss. No thought is lost, no thought is wasted. They are simply absorbed, becoming part of something larger, calmer, kinder. Listen, not with your ears, but with the slow rhythm of your breath. The forest speaks in stillness, and in stillness you understand. Inhale, slow and soft. Exhale, even softer. The roots continue their endless whispers beneath you, never demanding, never rushing. You can feel yourself sinking with that underground hush. It moves through you as gently as the tide moves through sand. The night above grows darker. The network below grows brighter in ways you cannot see but can feel. Every part of you is being welcomed. Every part of you is being carried. And the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. You walk a little farther, the path widening, the air growing stiller, until suddenly you feel it, a presence rising all around you. The trees here are no longer merely tall. They are vast. They are pillars. They are centuries, standing in silence. Redwoods stretch so high that your eyes cannot hold them. Their crowns disappear into a drifting silver fog, like mountains that chose to stand on roots instead of stone. Every trunk is wide enough to lean upon, and when you rest your back against the bark, you feel a steadiness that has survived fires, storms, and the gentle passing of uncounted seasons. The ground is soft, with fallen needles, layer upon layer, like a woven carpet of time. You sink into it, each step slower, each movement quieter, as though the forest itself is teaching you to bow, to pause, to breathe. Look upward. See how the crowns sway, far above, like an ocean of green, moving slowly, endlessly, far from the ground. You cannot hear the waves, but you can imagine them. The soft hush of branches, combing the wind, the deep song of air, shifting across miles of leaves, a canopy ocean, and you are resting beneath its tide. Here, time does not hurry. Decades feel like a single heartbeat. Centuries feel like a single breath. The redwoods do not rush their growing. They stretch gently, upward, outward, knowing there is always enough time. And so do you. You too have enough time to rest, to drift, to let go. When you breathe in, it feels as though the tree breathes with you. A long, upward inhale, a slow, grounded exhale. Your lungs and the forest lungs, one and the same. Inhale, slow and soft. Exhale, even softer. The bark at your back is warm with the memory of sunlight. Even in the coolness of night, it steadies you, calms you, reminds you that strength can also be stillness. Above you, unseen stars lean closer, their light softened by mist. Around you, the great trees form a cathedral of silence, an endless temple of patience and peace. And the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. The path carries you upward, gently, without effort, as though the forest itself is lifting you higher. Step by soft step, the air cools, the light dims, and soon you find yourself entering a world of cloud. A pale mist drapes around you like a veil. It gathers on your hair, on your lashes, on the tips of leaves overhead, everywhere. Silver droplets form and fall, slowly, softly, one by one. Plink, plink, plink. The sound is small, but it fills the air. 1,000 tiny bells, ringing at their own pace. You follow the path deeper and notice how the air thickens again, as though the forest is holding its breath. Far above, high in the canopy, a secret world is at work. Leaves, broad and cupped, gather the rain that never reaches you. They hold whole storms in their open palms. Lakes suspended in the sky. Pools form in green basins. Tiny frogs sleep there, curled in the safety of their private ponds. Branches bend gently under the weight, and every so often, a drop escapes, falling softly, lost before it touches the earth. You wait for the rain. You expect it, but it never comes. Not here. Not on the ground where you rest. Here, the forest floor is dry, a secret carpet of quiet soil, needles, and moss. You lie down, feeling the cushion beneath you, listening to the storm you cannot feel. It is a lullaby played just out of reach. You hear the distant patter, the delicate dripping from far above, and your mind imagines each drop as it falls. Plink, pause, plink, pause, until your thoughts fall in the same way, one by one, lighter each time. The rhythm is steady, the rhythm is slow, and you realize you do not need the rain itself, only its song. It sings of rest, it sings of release. The air around you carries a faint sweetness, as though the storm's perfume has drifted down, leaving behind freshness, coolness, peace. You breathe it in and let it fill your chest with ease. Inhale, slow and soft. Exhale, even softer. The forest above keeps the rain for itself. It cradles the water. It protects you from its touch. You are safe, sheltered, wrapped in the kindest roof of green. And beneath that shelter, your body grows heavier, your mind lighter, and the forest hums. And the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. The path bends, and you come upon a place touched by memory. The air feels warmer here, as though it remembers a fire long since gone. But there is no fear, no danger, only gentleness. Once, flames passed through this forest, not as an ending, but as a kind of cleansing breath. They came and went, brief, necessary, leaving behind space for life to begin again. The trees here carry faint scars, darkened bark, rings that speak of heat and smoke, and yet, from their bases, new green has risen. Soft shoots, tender leaves, life unfolding from the ashes, seeds that had been waiting, hidden and sealed for years, opened only because of that warmth. What seemed like destruction was a gift, a chance for something new to breathe. Now the fire is only memory. The ash has folded into the soil. The soot has become food for roots, food for moss, food for flowers. The ground is gentle under you, dark, soft, like a blanket woven from yesterday's story. You lower yourself onto it, feeling the warmth that still lingers, though the flames are long gone. And as you rest, you realize your past, too, can be this kind of fire, not a burden, not a wound, but a clearing, a release, a gift that allows new beginnings to grow. Breathe into that thought. Inhale. Let go. Exhale. Begin again. Inhale. Let go. Exhale. Begin again. The forest does not hold on to its burn. It transforms it, folds it gently into growth. You too can soften into that rhythm. Every memory, every weight can be soothed into soil. Above you, the night sky glows faintly red, as though echoing the fire's last embers. But it is not fierce, not consuming. It is warm, it is calm, it is kind. And in that warmth, you drift deeper into ease. And the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. You rise again, walking slowly, and notice how the air shifts around you. It begins softly, a breeze you might have mistaken for your own sigh. But then it lingers, curling gently out across your cheek, threading through the branches overhead. The forest is breathing. You can feel it, a slow, endless exhale through the leaves, a tide of coolness moving in quiet waves. It drifts along the path like a hidden river. You step into it, and it carries you without effort. The air is neither rushing nor still. It is simply present, gentle, patient, kind. It brushes your skin like a friendly hand. It lifts your hair in soft, weightless strands. It fills your lungs without you even asking. Inhale the breeze. Exhale the weight. Inhale the breeze. Exhale the weight. With each breath, something loosens. A thought you were carrying, a worry you didn't notice. Each one lifted, folded away by the quiet river of air. You realize you do not have to carry the day any farther. The air can carry it for you. The forest wind knows how to hold it, how to let it dissolve. You pause and close your eyes. The breeze continues its weaving. It circles you, wraps you, moves through you, and you are lighter than before. Above, the leaves murmur softly, their voices blending into the hush. The sound is neither words nor music, but something in between. A conversation of calm, a song of release. The night grows cooler. The stars above flicker as though stirred by the same breath. You are not apart from this current. You are part of it. You are carried within it. Inhale, carried, exhale, free. The forest exhales, and you exhale with it. The forest inhales, and you inhale with it. The rhythm is shared. The rhythm is endless, and the forest hums. And the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. The path slopes downward, and you hear it before you see it. The soft hush of water, moving without hurry. A river waits in the dark. Its surface is smooth as glass, but tinted with the color of leaves. A dark tea steeped from centuries of forest. This is black water, quiet, gentle, a mirror for the night sky above. You step closer. The air is cooler here, carrying the scent of earth and rain. Roots lean out from the banks, curving like old arms, cradling the river as it passes. At the edge, a small boat waits. It does not creak. It does not sway. It rests, as though it has always been waiting for you. You step inside, and the river accepts you at once. The current begins to move, not quickly, never quickly, but with a rhythm as steady as sleep itself. The water rocks you gently, a cradle large enough for the whole night. Fish pass beneath in silver arcs, tiny commas in the long sentence of the river. They move without sound, without disturbance. They are part of the hush. The boat drifts forward. The banks slide by slowly, braids of roots and shadows woven into the edges of the dark. The trees lean closer, their reflections stretching into the water, so that the world above and the world below become one endless dream. You do not have to row. You do not have to steer. The river knows the way. You are only asked to rest. Inhale, the hush. Exhale, the drift. Inhale, the hush. Exhale, the drift. Your body loosens further with each motion. The rocking, steady and calm, melts every thought into stillness. You are carried, not by effort, but by the kindness of water. The night deepens around you. The stars ripple faintly in the current. Your eyes grow heavier, following the movement, until even the stars seem to close, and the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. The river carries you far, and when you step back onto the forest floor, the world feels different, cooler, quieter, older. You have entered the boreal woods, an ocean of pine and spruce stretching farther than sight can travel. The air is crisp, scented with resin and frost, a sweetness that settles deep in your chest. Beneath your feet, the ground is thick with moss. It cushions every step, like pillows laid end to end. The earth feels softer here, as though it wants nothing more than to let you rest. You wander a little, but soon you find yourself sinking to the forest floor. You lower your body onto the moss, and it receives you instantly, gentle, supportive, a blanket beneath the stars. All around, needles weave a quiet quilt, layer upon layer of seasons past. The ground has been keeping these breaths for centuries, storing them in cool shadows, offering them now as a gift. Above you, the pines stretch high, their dark crowns leaning together, forming a canopy that shelters you like a roof. Between them, the sky glimmers faintly, a few stars stitching themselves into the night. An owl calls once, low and steady, a thread of sound across the silence. It is not a warning. It is not a question. It is a lullaby, stitched into the dark. You close your eyes. The moss lifts you gently. The needles tuck around you. The forest itself has become a blanket, a great and endless quilt of green and gold. You breathe deeper now. Inhale. The pine. Exhale. The quiet. Inhale. The pine. Exhale. The quiet. The air fills you with calm. The ground gathers you into stillness, and slowly you feel yourself becoming part of this softness, woven into the boreal hush. Time does not move here, or if it does, it moves so gently you cannot feel it. Minutes dissolve, hours blur, only the comfort of the blanket remains, and the forest hums. And the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. The boreal quilt holds you a while, but when you rise again, your eyes begin to notice smaller things. A hollow in an old trunk, dark and damp, invites you closer. Inside, a tiny pond has gathered. Cupped in the wood, like a secret, a curled leaf floats on its surface. A boat sailing across still water, no wider than your hand. You crouch and peer in, and the world around you feels larger for the smallness of this place. Raindrops cling to bark, glistening like beads of glass. A line of ants moves with patient rhythm, each carrying more than its own weight, yet never hurrying. You place a fingertip into the cool pool. Ripples widen slowly, delicate rings that travel outward, each one smaller and fainter than the last, until at last the water returns to stillness. Your thoughts feel the same, a ripple at first, a little stirring, then wider, softer, and eventually quiet again. The more you look, the more worlds you see. A patch of moss becomes a forest of its own, tiny stalks rising like trees for insects. A fallen feather forms a shelter for something unseen. The smallest pebble gleams as though it holds a galaxy. Here, scale does not matter. Small is not lesser. Small is complete. Every detail belongs. Every detail perfect in its quiet role. And so your worries, too, begin to shrink. They become like the ripples in the trunk pond, noticeable for a moment, then fading, then gone. You breathe into that smallness. Inhale. Small. Exhale. Smaller. Inhale. Small. Exhale. Smaller. The world does not need you to be large. It only needs you to be here, resting, noticing, belonging. The hollow glimmers once more before you rise. The tiny leaf boat drifts lazily across its pond, and you carry the lesson with you that even the smallest places can hold the deepest peace. And the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. You wander farther, and the forest begins to change. The tall pines give way to slender stems of green, a grove of bamboo, standing close, moving together like a living choir. The air here feels lighter, brighter, though the night remains deep. The bamboo stretches high, straight, and elegant, their smooth trunks swaying with the smallest breath of wind. When they move, they speak, a soft, hollow knock, stem against stem, a rhythm gentle as chimes, never sharp, never rushed. You pause in the narrow path, surrounded by this music. It echoes faintly, drifting from far within the grove, as if the entire forest is breathing in harmony. You let your body sway too, just slightly, left, Right, left, right, matching the slow dance of the bamboo. The rhythm becomes your own. Your breathing follows it. Steady, unforced. Inhale, sway, exhale, sway, inhale, sway, exhale, sway. The sound fills you, not loud, not intrusive, just enough to cradle your thoughts, to remind you of the gentleness of movement. You walk deeper into the grove. The bamboo gathers tighter, making the path narrow and secret. Shadows fold around you, but the sound keeps you steady, a quiet guide in the dark. Above, the leaves whisper against one another, like soft rain on silk. The forest feels like an instrument, its notes endless, its song meant only for you. You close your eyes, let the knocking stems and rustling leaves wrap around you like music, each sound another step into stillness, each step another note of calm. The sway continues, slow, hypnotic, until your body feels as though it is part of the grove, rooted and moving at once, safe in the rhythm of the night, and the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift, the grove fades, and you find yourself following a path that tilts toward the sound of waves. The air grows salt sweet, cooler, gentle with spray. Soon, the ground beneath you softens into sand, and then, as if the night itself were leading you onward, you are beneath the water, slipping into a second kind of forest. Here, long fronds of kelp rise from the ocean floor, lifting toward the lightless sky of the sea. They drift and sway, slow banners of green and gold, dancing with the tide. The water holds you, buoyant and kind, as though you were cradled in endless arms. Every movement is softened, every sound muted. The world becomes a lullaby of hush. Otters turn lazily in their sleep, floating among the kelp beds, safe and held by the sea's gentle rocking. Fish drift past in small silver schools, their bodies glimmering like stars in the darkness below. The forest here does not stand still. It breathes, it sways, it bends and returns, again and again, like the rhythm of your own chest. You let yourself match it. Inhale, tide in. Exhale, tide out. Inhale, tide in. Exhale, tide out. The kelp moves with you. The tide moves with you. You are not separate. You are part of the sea's dreaming. Light filters down from far above, a faint blue shimmer, dissolving into shifting shadows. It feels endless, as though the ocean itself were a sky turned upside down. Every detail here tells you the same truth. You are safe, you are held, you are free to drift. You close your eyes, and the current carries you gently, without asking, without pause. And the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. The tide carries you back to shore, and when your feet touch the earth again, you find yourself among rolling hills, the kind that stretch forever in soft, folded waves. This is the land of ridges, layer upon layer, each one fading a little more into the distance, and over them all, a veil of color hangs, a soft, bluish haze painted by the breath of trees. It is not smoke, not cloud, but something gentler, the gift of leaves, releasing their quiet sighs into the warm air of day and the cool hush of night. The ridges ripple outward, one behind the other, like echoes of a lullaby, each one farther, fainter, bluer than the last. You sit on a warm stone, watching the horizon fold itself in silence. The haze softens every edge, turns every sharpness into gentleness. What was jagged becomes round. What was distant becomes near. Even the air feels slower here. You breathe it in, the faint sweetness, the stillness of mountains that never hurry. The breath feels endless, stretching across valleys, across ridges, across time. Inhale, the blue. Exhale, the rest. Inhale, the blue. Exhale, the rest. The day has folded itself away. The hills are cloaked in twilight, and the sky deepens above, stars peeking through the haze one by one. You realize that you too are part of this fading, this softening. Your thoughts, like the mountains, grow fainter with each breath, sliding into distance, becoming softer, becoming kinder. The ridges stretch on forever, but you do not need to follow. It is enough to sit, to breathe, to let the haze hold you in its blue embrace, and the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. Night has deepened, and the forest begins to sing, not with one voice, not with one melody, but with countless small sounds, woven into a single, endless chorus. The insects begin first, a trill here, a chirp there, each one so faint, so subtle that you barely notice. And then, together, they become something larger, a steady hum, a thread of music, with no beginning and no end. Cicadas lift their voices, a curtain of sound stretching across the night air. Crickets stitch along the bottom, their song tiny but tireless, a rhythm that never breaks. Nothing leads, nothing follows. It is all one sound, continuous, endless, soft as breathing. You let your body join the rhythm. Inhale, the music. Exhale, the dream. Inhale, the music. Exhale, the dream. The edges of each sound dissolve into the next. No note stands alone. No moment is separate. Everything flows. Everything joins. It is the kind of song you cannot hum back because it is not meant to be remembered. It is meant to be lived, to be rested inside, to be allowed to carry you. As you listen, your eyes close more fully, first at the corners, then at the center, then all at once. Your hearing sharpens, but your thoughts fade. The song is everywhere. The song is everything. There are no edges left, not in the sound, not in your thoughts, not in your body. Only one long, seamless lullaby, stretching through the night, and the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. You walk deeper into the night, and soon you feel the presence before you see it. One tree rises above the rest, wider, older, its bark thick with time, its roots spread wide like open arms. This is a mother tree, a keeper of shade and stories. She has seen fires, storms, seasons uncounted. She remembers lightning. She remembers rain. And still she stands, steady, patient, offering more than she keeps. Around her, smaller trees lean close, their trunks tilting toward her, their roots reaching out in quiet devotion. She feeds them through the earth, sends her strength downward, shares her sugar and water, teaching them the slow way to grow tall. You step close. The air around her feels different, warmer, steadier, as if her patience extends beyond wood and leaf, settling directly into you. You rest your hand against the bark. It is rough, grooved with centuries, but beneath the texture, a calm pulse flows, a life older and wiser than words. As you stand there, something steady enters you, leaf by leaf, root by root, a quiet strength. asking nothing in return, only reminding you that you belong. Breathe with her. Inhale, receive, exhale, release. Inhale, receive, exhale, release. Her crown sways above, a shelter against wind, a home for countless birds and branches. Her roots spread below, binding soil, anchoring all who grow near her. You are held between them, in the embrace of crown and root, in the circle of her care. Here, you do not have to be strong. The mother tree is strong for you. Here, you do not have to endure. The mother tree endures for you. All you need to do is breathe and let her strength become your own. And the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. The night is quiet, but the forest is always listening. It knows what comes next. It always knows. Above, the clouds gather slowly, not dark, not heavy, just thoughtful, as if they are considering a gift. Birds fly a little lower, their wings skimming nearer to the ground. The air changes, sweetness rising in your chest, that unmistakable scent of rain before the first drop has even fallen. The forest reads these signs. It does not rush. It does not worry. It simply prepares, quietly, patiently, the way it always has. You sit beneath a wide branch, sheltered, safe. The air thickens around you, cooler, softer, each breath filled with promise. Inhale, the promise. Exhale, the peace. Inhale, the promise. Exhale, the peace. The first drops arrive, barely there. A whisper against leaves, a secret shared between sky and soil. It is not a storm. It is not loud. It is gentle, like a hand smoothing your hair, like a lullaby whispered just for you. The rhythm is steady, patient, kind. Every drop another heartbeat, another reminder that you are cared for, that the world continues its endless cycle, whether you watch it or not. You do not need to control it. You do not need to prepare. The forest has already prepared for you. The rain knows its way. All you need to do is breathe. And as the drops patter softly overhead, you let your eyes close further. Your body grows heavier, your thoughts lighter, until you are part of the same rhythm. And the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. The rain fades to mist, and soon the air clears, revealing a horizon that glimmers with starlight. You walk until the trees thin, and suddenly the forest opens onto a hidden shore. Here, an island rests, a small cluster of trees, standing in the sand like guardians of the night. Their roots grip the earth, their branches lean toward the sky, their shadows stretching long in the moonlight. The water is calm. It laps gently against the shore, a rhythm so slow you feel it moving through your chest. You step barefoot onto the sand. It is cool, soft, each grain shaped by the tide's patient hand. Your feet sink slightly, held, grounded, safe. You walk along the shoreline. The stars above shimmer, their reflections scattered in the water below, so that sky and sea become one vast mirror. The wind whispers your name, then forgets it, as though erasing it kindly, like smoothing a wrinkle from cloth. You realize your worries, too, can be erased this way. You kneel at the edge of the water. Each wave reaches forward, touches your toes, then retreats, carrying with it what you no longer need. Your thoughts, your burdens, become footprints in the sand. The tide comes and smooths them away, Gone without trace, gone without effort. Inhale, arrive, exhale, dissolve. Inhale, arrive, exhale, dissolve. The island trees stand still, watching, protecting, but never intruding. They know their role, to keep the quiet safe. You lie back on the sand. The stars lean closer. The waves sing softer. And soon you are part of this island, part of this quiet. No edges, no weight, only stillness, only rest. And the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. The shoreline fades, and the sand beneath your feet becomes stone, cool, smooth, stretched wide beneath the night. Here, the forest is different, older still, so old that trees themselves have become memory in stone. Petrified trunks rise around you, their shapes still true, though their fibers are now crystal and earth. They gleam faintly under starlight, as though holding onto the last light of ages long past. These trees no longer grow, they no longer sway, but they endure, not as living wood, but as monuments of patience, guardians of time. You run your hand across one trunk. It is cool, smooth, with the texture of wood still etched within it, like a lullaby remembered by stone. And you realize everything alive is always on its way to peace. Every leaf, every branch, every season slows, settles, softens, until it finds its rest. Your own life, too, moves toward that peace, not as an ending to fear, but as a kindness to trust. A long exhale into timelessness. Inhale, ages. Exhale, ease. Inhale, ages. Exhale, ease. Around you, the fossil forest glows softly. It does not speak. It does not move. It simply waits, patient as eternity, calm as stone. Time feels different here. It is not rushing past. It is not slipping away. It is simply resting, layer upon layer, like rings turned into crystal, like moments turned into stillness. The starlight above and the fossil light below blend together, holding you in a cradle of memory and silence. And the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift. The fossil forest fades behind you, its stone pillars dissolving back into memory, and slowly you find yourself once more on the path, the very same path you began upon, though it feels different now, softer, quieter, familiar, like the end of a lullaby. You realize the forest remembers you. Every step you have taken has been gently held, gently returned. The way forward is easy. The way forward is already known. You walk without hurry, your body heavier now, your thoughts lighter, as though the path itself carries you more than your feet do. Ahead, a small clearing opens. The ground is moss, thick and welcoming, like a bed prepared just for you. You lower yourself into it, and the earth receives you instantly. The moss cradles your head, the night folds over you like a blanket, and the trees lean together above, forming a sheltering roof. The stars are faint now. Your eyelids close more fully. The forest bends close, its hum soft as breath against your forehead, like a kiss given in the language of leaves. You breathe one last, long breath. Inhale, last light. Exhale, gentle dark. Inhale, last light. Exhale, gentle dark. And with that breath, you feel yourself drift entirely. No more path to walk, no more steps to take. Only rest, only sleep. The forest holds you, the night carries you, and you are home, already asleep, and the forest hums, and the night grows kind. Deeper we go, slower we drift, until at last we rest